So how'd you feel about your race today?
Felt great. First time being inside, in the inside lanes this year. So, you know, it feels good to finally switch from the outside and, you know, have the field in front of me. It was a little different.
Yeah.
And I didn't expect it to be that fast, but it was. So, I mean, I qualified comfortably, so can't complain.
How do you feel about the meet being in Eugene? It's the 5th straight trials it's been here, 4th straight USAs. How do you feel about that?
I don't feel any kind of way. You know, it's Eugene, so the track and field community is a heavy presence up here. So you're always going to have a fairly packed stadium, which does feed us energy down there on the track, and it helps us get around. So, you know, it's a pretty good feeling it being in Eugene again. Would I like it to be somewhere else? Possibly. Yeah. But, you know, that's, at the end of the day, it's not my decision. But it's not a bad place to have it.
What do you see about the downsides to having it here?
It's a lot of travel, fatigue that a lot of athletes experience. I train in Arkansas, so it's not as bad as someone who, you know, trains somewhere on the East Coast like Florida or, you know, South Carolina, something like that. So it does play a role on athletes, especially depending on, you know, what day they decide to leave and when they compete. But it's just track and field, so you have track all over, you have track meets all over the place, all over in Europe. So it's just something that we have to adapt to as an athlete.
And how about like cost of lodging, and if you have friends and family coming to watch, like how expensive is it for them to come here?
I would imagine it being very expensive because to me, Oregon doesn't get that much traffic outside of track meets, or Eugene in particular. They don't get that much traffic outside of track meets, so it typically makes it a little difficult because the people that are residents here, you know, they got a profit off of it. So, I mean, it's hefty.
But the facility, what do you think of the facility?
Facility is always great. You know, I didn't get to race in the old Hayward, but I would imagine the energy was somewhat the same. But Hayward having more seating now and increasing capacity, I feel as though that helps a lot, especially with the athletes and just the energy that they feed off of from the fans. So it's pretty good.
Sorry if these guys ask you, but could you put in perspective a 16-year-old kid coming here in his first trials and running 44.66?
I expected him to run fast.
Yeah.
I didn't expect him to run that fast. And I gave him his props because, I mean, what he's been doing throughout the whole year is just amazing. And, you know, it was my first time actually interacting with him.
Yeah.
He's a great kid. And he has so much potential. Yeah. And I can't wait to see him in the future.
He's pretty cool. I mean, is he like quiet kid, cool kid?
From what I've seen, it could be him being locked in for the race, or you know, could be him in general. But from what I see, he's a pretty quiet kid. He stays to himself. He's not cocky, which is, I mean, I wouldn't be mad at him if he was. I mean, I wish I was doing that at 16. But no, great kid. I'm looking forward to seeing him in the next round and in the future, whatever he does.
You feel like, I mean, you know, like a kid his age, but doesn't do the rounds this often.
Yeah.
To come out that fast, would it make you worry about what he can do in the next 2 rounds, or you know, who knows?
I mean, at that point, it's just trusting his training. I'm pretty sure his coach prepared him for, you know, this trial is the biggest meet in America. So, even I didn't plan on running that fast. So, but he got his head on straight, so I'm pretty sure he's prepared.
Yeah, 44.86 for your opening round.